Yeah.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Holding Court with the Empress of West Hollywood. My name's Enoch Miller, your Empress of WeHo, and we're so excited to have you today. Thank you. We want to give a special thank you to our amazing producers, GayLifeLA.com, as well as Kings Road Apartment Homes for the lovely space you see here today. And then also my extra special guest, we want to welcome you. Here we have the stunning Jackie Hines.
Hi everybody.
So he is the celebrity guest. You're the one that actually gets all the applications for celebrities that want to be a part of Soho House here in West Hollywood, and you kind of vet all those profiles.
I do. You know, it's an interesting time to be in Hollywood right now. Everyone's talking about inclusion this, inclusion that. Well, you know what? There's also something important about exclusion. You know, kiddos. I try to teach it. You know, not everyone can be let in.
That's true.
You know, not everyone can be let in. So I'm there to sort of say, you know, you're cool, you're not cool. You know, this town needs a tastemaker, and that's me. Barrymore Rosé, by the way, plug. You know, for my friend Drew, she went through a divorce. She needs the money.
She does, definitely. And I love the fact you bring out the tastemaker because you actually are one of the first people you are the first person that invented that, and everyone else kind of stole that catchphrase from you.
If I had a nickel for every phrase someone's stolen from me, I'd have a second home up on Blue Jay Way. The first one's fine, though. I'm not, you know, it's fine. But
because we got to stay above that sunset border. We never go south of sunset.
No, I mean, you know, lots of my friends, they like to live out in the Palisades Riviera. You know, you got Reese out there, you got Kate, you got Goldie, you got Nancy Myers, Gwyneth down in Mandeville, but not me. You know, I'm Blue Jay Way, you know. Neighbors, RuPaul, he's fun, can be loud. Bob Harper, he has the most annoying dog, though. Oh my God, that dog yak doesn't shut up.
I can imagine. But Jackie, I'd like to really get started back in the very beginning from you as a little gay boy in Pensacola, Florida, living with your grandmother. Kind of walk us through how life started for young Jackie Hines.
Well, it's a shame that you go there. You know, it's not every day that I go there, but Pensacola was a hard time growing up in the don't ask, don't tell years. You know, none of these gay boys know about that time now.
No.
But that was hard, you know. You showed up at school, you got beat up, you got abused, you know. I was the one excommunicated back then, you know, so I was excluded. Well, you know what? Now I'm the one excluded.
Right.
So I won the war.
Right. It all came back full circle.
Yeah, but it was trying times, and my parents, you know, they did not like the MTVs. I had to be nice to my fat neighbor to watch MTV. Sorry, you're not supposed to say fat anymore, but, you know, that's what she was back then. Now you'd say, you know, pleasantly overweight or whatever you'd say. Oh my gosh, political correctness, blah, blah. But anyway, you know, I went there to watch my MTV, my George Michaels, my Madonnas.
Right.
And when my parents found out, I had a little beating coming to me, and I was sent to live with my grandma, Granny Heim, and she was really homophobic, and, you know, she did not like the way I presented. And I had to present as straight every Sunday when we went to church. And if I presented as straight, she would take me to Michael's Crafts after. It's so embarrassing that I went to Michael's Crafts. Oh, gosh. You know, this was a different life. But, and we'd buy macrame.
Oh, wow.
And we would macrame together. And it was a really beautiful thing. And, you know, looking back, she would allow me to be out of the closet when we were in the closet, so to speak. You know, within the parameters of her home, Jackie was allowed to be Jackie. But she loved me, and she passed 5 years ago, but she got to see me ascend the ladder. That's what matters here.
And that's always what matters. And it's great that she kind of is the inspiration for you to kind of get out of that lifestyle that was Pensacola and to kind of propel you forward into the successful man you are today.
Well, that's what's important. You know, everybody, the past, blah, blah, blah. That's all you hear about. I am focusing on the now and the future.
Exactly.
So, you know, everybody wants to bring up, you know, this happened in 96, this happened in 2006, you know, the Matt Lauers of it all. I'm moving forward.
Which is fantastic. And I want to kind of feel like I really am so interested in how you got here because, I mean, you have just kicked and clawed and just like stepped over everyone you needed to in order to get to the position you are at today and really be, I mean, the star of Soho House West Hollywood. Please walk us through kind of what you really like struggled through in order to get to this amazing, prestigious title you have today.
You know what? That is a really good point, and I forgot your name. What's your name again?
It's Enoch.
Enoch.
Yes,
Oh my gosh, sorry. I have so many friends. I can't. I go to this interview, that interview. I have Kelly and Ryan tomorrow. I forget the names of people. Enoch. Enoch. Fun name. I like you. But what I was going to say is, God created a stairway for people to walk on people.
Yep.
And that's what I learned. So, it's like you got to step up and you got to sniff out who are the people who can sort of be treated like the red meat.
Right.
And, I moved here without any contacts. And, I wasn't one of these, kids of a celebrity, a Colin Hanks or something. Nobody was handing me shit. Just a kidding, Colin. I'm friends with Rita and Tom, so I'm gonna get hell for that one. Chet's gonna beat me up, or whatever his name is. The son that raps.
Right.
It's crazy. You go over there, he's freestyling. I just want some burrata. Oh, they're fun though. I kid with them. They live over in the Riviera too. That's another reason I stay in Blue Jay Way. Chet Hanks, he's driving crazy through there. I tell him, you're gonna kill Ryder Hudson sometime.
Maybe actually. No.
Wouldn't that be terrible? I shouldn't be putting that out there. Take that part out. I love my rider. I'm his goddad. Godfather, if you will. But anyway, so, it was a hard climb. Back to your question, Enoch. I had to get a job making minimum wage at Kitson. We all remember Kitson down on Robertson.
May she rest in peace.
And luckily, Kitson was sort of like a mom to me. Kitson took me in, and that's where I started to see, oh, I got something. Chrissy Teigen would come in and notice me.
Right.
And, I was actually there when she met John Legend,
Exactly.
and I said, you marry her.
Uh-huh.
I said, you marry her if it's the last thing you do, and he did. But, I started to realize that I had a sway over these people.
Yes.
The Parises, the Lindsays, taking it back to when celebrity really mattered. And, the Reeses and the Kate Beckinsales, if you will, they would come in and I'd say, not that top, that top.
Okay.
I sort of started to realize these people needed direction.
Yes.
They needed direction, and if I wasn't going to give it to them, who would?
Who the hell would?
So, I really realized, I might be a little better than a lot of these people, and I can make them better, not to sound Oprah. But it was basically a lot like that. It wasn't selfish at all. It was just, I want to make you better and, ascend.
Right. And so you're ascended up to this position now of working at Soho House, West Hollywood, really just kind of, like you said, just filtering out the celebrities that you want to have there that really feel that you represent, that help represent the Soho House brand. Now, and you have a really successful series on, I believe it was on YouTube, correct? Or was
Well, those are the pirated copies.
Those are the pirated copies, excuse me, sorry.
Take that part out. Those are the pirated copies.
We'll
This
edit that
show
later.
is produced by Ryan Seacrest.
Right.
Now, he did the Kardashians, so, everyone was after me, Kelly Ripa's, Melojo, whatever they call productions. I said no.
Yes.
I said Ryan or bust,
Okay.
and I went with Ryan. It still put a rift between Kelly and I to speak of. I'm going to have to deal with it tomorrow when I go on that show. But round and round it goes. But anyway, I wanted to be with the winners.
Yes.
And Ryan Seacrest, that was a winner, so he's produced it, and it's been on E! I don't know
Wow.
YouTube. I don't know what's on YouTube, but the show's on E!
Got it. So it's
And
on
it's
you,
coming
right?
back for a third season, too. We just wrapped our second season,
Which
and
is
it's all
exciting.
great.
So let's go through the first season of it, because it really kind of gave us a look into everything that is Jackie Heim and kind of really showcased who you are as the director over there of membership for celebrities. And so what was kind of your initial thought going into it? Like, what were you really hoping to showcase as Jackie and really getting people to see who you are on a day-to-day basis?
Cultural curation. The CC of it all is what
CC,
I say.
I
The
love
CC of it all. It's all about cultural cultivation and curation. I learned very soon when I was at Kitson and around town, even at the Orso and, every place the people go, that nobody had any taste.
No.
And like I said, I wanted to be a tastemaker and a cultural curator. At a certain night, it might be a night that J.J. Abrams should be in Soho House, but if he's there, maybe it's a night where J-Law should be somewhere else.
Right.
I knew that you had to mix these people.
Exactly.
It's a lot like this whole mixology craze, which
Yes.
of course Soho House started. You know, we have the Soho House Mule, and we do a great blackberry bramble as well. That's Amy Schumer's favorite drink, and luckily when she drinks it, she stops telling jokes. God, I'm so sick of these people with their jokes. You know, I used to not let them in, but then I got a lot of flack for it, so now you gotta let in the funny people.
Right.
You know, the Julia Louise-Dreyfus always telling jokes. I mean, JLD, give me a break. I love her, though.
Right.
She's doing well. She's doing well.
And the whole first season, we really kind of see a side of you very, very managerial, very kind of training people in the way of Soho House and the lifestyle that's supposed to be led there. The first episode, you have the receptionist where you're kind of really just leading her through and you're really showing her the appropriate way to talk.
I realized from my grandma, because I, you know, Granny Heim, this is how she treated people. People are a lot like dogs.
Mm-hmm.
They really are dogs. You know, you gotta tell them this is how it's gonna be.
Right.
No, this is how it's gonna be. You know, they keep trying to fall out of line, and that's what I did with that hostess who's now pregnant. Oh my God, she is pregnant now, and she wants to have a seat. And I go, you know, a hostess doesn't sit.
Right.
A hostess is in heels. I don't care if you're pregnant. These pregnant people want so much attention. They want favors. And, you know, that's the F word, favors. I don't do favors.
Right.
You know, if you're going to work at Soho House, look sexy, hide the belly, and seat people.
Which is true. Efficiency is key. You need to get asses in seats.
Well, it is. It's just nobody wants to see a woman sitting with a big belly.
Exactly. And you kind of got into this a little bit. We talked about diversity too, because you're I believe he's your associate manager or the gentleman that you work with in there, and he's trying to ask you about having all this extra diversity in it. And I feel like you already.
Oh, that's Kirby.
Oh, Kirby. Yes.
Yeah,
that's
Kirby. Yeah, so Kirby, you know, he's a thorn in my side. Always saying, not enough diversity, not enough of that. You know, it's like, you know, you have too many short people, then the tall people get upset. You know, it's a hard balance.
Yes.
And I try my best, but Kirby's always on me. I think I did okay. How did you feel?
I feel like, I mean, it's just such a hard way for you to really kind of bring in all these different people, but while still making sure they're true to the brand that is Soho House and the brand that you so carefully cultivated throughout these years.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in the last few years since that's been, you know, taped, I brought in the people I wanted to bring in, the Ava DuVernays.
Yes.
And she's on me every day about diversity, and I listen because she's Ava, you know.
Right.
And, you know, you want to appease her, and, you know, Reese is on me too. And, you know, it's, you know, we're at, you know, good numbers.
Yes. And that's all that matters is the numbers that you have at. And you also have a very tenuous relationship with just I don't know if I don't want to say he's your boss, but Alistair, let's talk about the relationship between you and Alistair, because it's actually a very heated one, and at times it seems like you almost view him as a mentor, but also as a rival. Kind of what's the dynamic between the two of you?
Well, I love that you called Alistair my boss. Please, I'd throw this wine in your face if I didn't want to drink it. Sorry, I didn't bring any for you. I only had one bottle.
No, that's fine. We know that it takes two to tango, and I should have brought my own.
You know, Alistair, you got up.
It's okay.
You gotta realize, you know, he knew that I didn't have that. You know, I mean, he was there, but he was watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire every night. He wasn't talking to me. He wasn't talking to Jackie. And, you know, kids, it was fun, but it was all the ladies, you know. I was just a little toy thing, you know, for Reese and Charlize and Cammie D and Drew and Viola. You know, the list goes on and on.
Right.
Shonda, Mindy, you know, so it's like I've been there for all them. But, you know, Alistair, that was, he was a father figure to me. And it is, but, you know, it's also hard as I become a man. You know, it's like that Lion King movie, you know, Simba's growing, and that's me. So, you know, maybe it's time for the king to die and Simba to take the throne. Not that I'm saying I want anybody to die, but he's taught me a lot.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you know, I think it's hard for him to realize that I'm coming into my own power.
Yes, exactly. And, I mean, we kind of see the close of the second season with the aspect of you two kind of having a little bit of a tiff over Sebastian, who's the bartender there. And kind of, do we get to see a resolution between the three of you going forward in the next season potentially?
Well, there's a resolution. They're called photos on my phone that I'm not going to show you. Look, the polka dots match.
Oh, they do. They look so
But
great.
yeah, no. Sebastian is, he's been riding this Me Too wave,
Right.
saying that I've been harassing him. Oh, please. He loved every second of it. And, some people call it the Me Too. I call it the Me Snooze. It's just sort of like, please, we had fun. And, he's still at the bar. He's trying to act, and he's up for some, Mark Cherry show. You think I'm handsy, wait till Mark Cherry gets on.
Yeah, that's a whole nother ballgame with that one.
I'll shut up. I don't want to lose my house.
And I'd like to go into another couple dynamics that you have in there for with Carol and with Diamond. We'll start with Carol first, since she's kind of your main right-hand gal that kind of really helps you through.
No. Let's start with Diamond.
Oh, let's go with Diamond then. Okay.
Diamond's dead to me. I don't want her brought up, okay? Where's my publicist? Max! Max, I told you not to bring up Diamond. Where are you, Max?
He's getting your
Oh, he's over there getting a fucking donut. That's what Max is doing. He was on a diet. Blah. Anyway, no. Diamond's dead to me.
Dead to you.
She was a personal assistant who was a personal pain.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she was, a pain in the rear end. And, I sent Diamond packing. She sort of thought she knew things.
Right.
And, no, Jackie knows things. But Carol is a stalwart. That Carol. Oh, hi, Carol. Oh, she's so sweet. She's a stalwart.
Mm-hmm.
She's always been there for me. And that's what's important. I really don't know what she does with her time away from Soho House, but I don't really give her a lot of time away. She's somebody who needs structure.
Right.
And I realize that with some of my employees. They want you to sort of run their life. And
Right.
that's what I do with Carol. She's a codependent.
Yes.
And some people call me a narcissist. And I say thanks. So, I stay in control of Carol. And the relationship works out because she gets the boundaries.
Right.
I'm here, she's there.
Right.
There was that one episode, which I still laugh at, where she wanted to buy a house in Blue Jay Way.
Right.
She wanted to buy a house on one of the Bird Streets. I forget which one. And I said, you think you're going to be neighbors with Naomi Campbell? Maybe in another life. Naomi would throw a cell phone at her. That's what Naomi would do. I'd do it too. I let her house sit and dog sit for me. So when I'm gone, she gets to live the life up on Blue Jay Way.
Gotcha.
When I'm in New York or London, or when I open Soho House Istanbul. Yeah, so, I'm a good, I give the perks.
Right. And how has she been doing with her coming out of Scientology and really kind of coming back to herself and getting away from everything that went on over there? Is things getting better?
I don't want to break privacy with
Right.
Carol. I like to
Right.
keep private, but she's doing better.
Good.
She's doing better. I know everyone's concerned about her, and I know I was. That is a really insidious cult. And, these people end up winning Emmys,
Right.
so what are we going to do? They just win Emmys left and right. Not that I'm saying anyone's specific name, Elizabeth Moss. Sorry, in the rose. Oh, Jackie. But, I can't let those people in Soho House because they
Right.
use Soho House to convert people.
Oh, wow.
So they're trying, I see Elizabeth Moss over there talking, to Penelope, and I'm like, get away, or Emma Stone and Emma Roberts. The Emmas are not going to go down like that, not under my watch.
Right.
But Carol went to a dark place.
Mm-hmm.
She went to a really dark place, and I couldn't have that because she needs to be the light for me.
Right.
So I made sure I got her good therapy. And she's doing better. It's sort of annoying because now she has self-confidence.
Yeah.
And that can be very tiresome in an
Yes.
employee. But, as long as, we keep that balance, I don't want the balloon to float away, You fill up the balloon a little just so it doesn't go to Scientology, but not all the way. Yeah, don't want her flying.
And speaking of therapy, I want to see how you've been doing with your cell phone addiction therapy. I know you've been going to that every so often and touching base with it and making sure you stay consistent. How's that been going for Jackie with your cell phone rehab?
Well, my cell phone, and I applaud you because somebody watched all the episodes, kiddo. Somebody knows everything that Jackie's been through. It's hard.
Yes.
And even today, I said, I'll sit it there.
Right.
It's gonna be fine. You can't take it. Nobody can take it.
Right.
You know, Max, he, my publicist wanted to hold it. I said, no.
Yeah.
You know, I'll answer for me and for him. Not that it's a gendered phone. It's
Right.
just a phone. Not that I gave it a gender. But, it's hard. You know, I've been trying to do, what's her name? Ariana Huffington. You know, Rue, my neighbor, RuPaul, he sends Ariana over, and, all about this, leave your phone outside the bedroom, and then, she almost died because she was tired or something. I had to listen to this whole story.
Uh-huh.
And she basically told me, sleep's important, blah, 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 leave the phone off. And I said, friendship's important.
Right.
If I need Emma Roberts, I need Emma Roberts.
Right.
If Jennifer Lawrence needs me, she needs me.
Right.
I don't care if it's 3 a.m. I'm like Marlena Dietrich. It's the friends at 3 a.m. that matter. Don't tell Chelsea Handler that. She calls too much. Oh my gosh. 3 a.m. to her, she's just phoning everybody. So it does make me want to get this thing away. Here, maybe I'll throw it down there for now. Look at me. My therapist is going to be proud of that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's this great thing. I mean, again, it was something that was very hard for you, and we saw the struggle was real with that, and we're just really wanting to applaud you for just taking amazing steps to do you and really work on you.
Yeah.
As a person.
Max, what is that? Oh, okay, I got it. Max, my publicist, wanted me to remind you that's where he and I met.
Oh, that is true. That is right.
He was in my social media addiction rehab at the David Geffen Center for Social Media Addiction out in Malibu. At Billionaire's Beach, by Larry Ellison's house. So I would sneak to Larry's. He'd let me use the phone. But that's where Max and I met.
Oh,
so,
amazing.
that's why he was being so, I'll take your phone. But then, Max could do something. Because, Max, I know your secrets too. Oh, wow. But, it's going good. It's thanks to David Geffen, Thanks to Dave.
Oh.
DG, as I call him. And, he's been on Rising Sun all summer.
Oh, really?
I got to go on for a month. I was there. Listen up, kiddos.
Wow.
I was there when, is it Jared or Josh? I get them all confused. The Kushner boy asked Carly Kloss for her hand in marriage, and he came to me first. Am I making the right decision? I said, yes, you are. And, they got engaged on Rising Sun, so we all celebrated with David. It was a lot of fun.
Wow.
David's aging. It's sad to watch, but the boat is in great shape. That's why I tell David, don't worry about your skin. The boat looks great.
That's fantastic. Oh my gosh.
Aging's hard on all of us.
Oh my gosh, isn't it really? I mean, we've got to take everything we have just to look this good. Oh, it's so tough. And another part, what I really appreciate about what you do is kind of the way you give back to individuals through your series and really kind of help bring light to some aspects of things that we really don't always think about because most of us aren't surrounded by television and film people 24/7 like you are. So I'd like to get your opinion on one of your staffers in the very beginning, a waitress, had an issue with SAG, or calling out the fact that she was an amazing actress. And
Becky! Becky! I call her Becky with the bad hair. That's what I call her.
And
oh my God, Becky!
I'd love to hear your take, because I mean, I see this a lot of these individuals that are waiters or waitresses, and they talk about all the time of this whole SAG card, and they were on SAG and blah blah blah. So what's your opinion with this whole thing?
It's hard because these waiters and waitresses are very delusional.
Mm-hmm.
They're from a lower class, and they think they're just gonna ascend like Reese. Well,
Yeah.
guess what? You're no Reese Witherspoon.
Right.
You're no Reese's Pieces. And it's my job to sort of act like I care, so they keep doing good work at Soho House, but their job is at Soho House. It's not outside Soho House.
Right.
They'd be at the old Weinstein parties back at, when Weinstein could have his Oscar parties and Hollywood was a great place. And, they'd be trying to buddy up with Meryl and Meryl's daughters, Mammy and Grace and the other one. And I said, don't bother the Streeps.
Yes.
Or the Gummers, technically. Leave them alone. Give them some space. And, Becky was one of those. She was a social climber, but she didn't know how to climb the steps correctly.
Right.
The staircase wasn't built for everyone.
No.
And it wasn't built for Becky. So, Becky didn't get her SAG card.
Right.
She got kicked off the show, and last I heard, she's selling Medi-Cal out in the valley.
In the Valley, Jesus. That place still exists, right?
Oh, yeah, until there's a big fire. Hopefully that'll happen. I mean, save the Kardashians, but everybody else can go down out there. Bye. The land would be so cheap once that happens. And maybe I'll have a ranch out there.
No, that would be amazing, actually.
Yeah.
And another aspect of you giving back to individuals through the show, you had a very... you and Max had a great talk about coming up with social issues to talk about and ways you can kind of start a conversation about different things. And what would be, aside from the one you guys talked about at the episode of which Hollywood celebrity pets need to die right away, what other social aspects and conversations have you thought about starting lately, or have you even started already for us to kind of check out of your opinions on those?
Gosh, this is a very good question. The pets thing is going very well. There's some Hollywood pets that just need to die.
Yes.
I mean, right now I'm trying to talk Bob Harper into it. Like I said, his dog's really loud down the street. I put little Marlon Brando to sleep, and it's the best decision I ever made. I'm waiting for the puppy mill to deliver me the right thing. They've sent me some things, and I say, no, throw that one back. It's like, you need something in today's world that's Instagram worthy. But I think, oh gosh, I'm going to get in trouble for saying this one. There needs to be more honesty about ugly babies.
Oh my gosh,
and the babies that none of us care about.
Right.
So it's like we're being forced to care about all these celebrities' kids. And, some of them are really great.
Yes.
Like, Ava Felipe. That's a kid I want to care about.
Right.
Ryder Hudson. But some of these kids, nobody cares about.
Yes.
It's like, now Lance Bass is having a kid. And I'm like, oh, God, now I got to care about this kid. It's a lot.
I think you kind of once you hit Blue Ivy, I think once she was kind of, you were her gunkle for that. I mean, it was kind of hard to do anything else. She takes up most of your time, I assume.
Well, yeah. I mean, I got Blue, I got Apple and Moses. It's a lot of gifts for Susie, my second assistant, to keep up with. And, she drops the ball all the time. Then I have to apologize to these kids. Oh, my gosh, Apple, I'm sorry you turned 14 and I was a week late with a gift. Apologizing to a 14-year-old, please. But, I get free Goop products, so I gotta do it.
See, and that's amazing.
But I don't know. I think some of these people, the B list needs to stop having kids. But I take back what I said about Lance Bass. He broke my heart once, and sometimes, I still hold on to that.
I believe he stole a boyfriend from you. Is that yeah.
So,
that was
sorry. I shouldn't have gone there. I tried to stay above the fray, but that was a low blow.
Every now and then something slips out. It's just emotion. It's that raw emotion. It just happens every now and then. And then some other really amazing stuff that you kind of really do for a lot of your people that show up for the members that you do. You go up there and help them with their script notes and really kind of just help read through a lot of stuff and give them really great corners. What's that like for you to kind of switch headspace from being kind of bringing in membership for celebrities and then go into kind of the scripting and writing aspect of it all?
I think sometimes these people, they need another mind on the case. And that mind is Jackie's. Lena Dunham and Jenny Connor, they were writing that camping thing. We'll see how that goes. But they were trying to write this one script. And I said, girls. I'm allowed to call them girls, not women, because the show was called Girls, so I don't need your letters. Don't need your letters. Oh my gosh. Everyone, Reese is always like, you can't say girls anymore. Oh gosh, sorry. Just joking, Reese. She knows I'm joking. I call her, Anyway, these girls, they're writing a script and it is terrible. And I say, girls, it's time for this partnership to break up. And you know what they did? They both got their own production companies now because, I saw that they had both grown different ways. And, I want to be honest because that's what friendship's about. So, now Lena's working on a great project and so is Jenny. And then there's some people who just don't want to listen to your notes. They don't want to hear your notes at all, and it's really frustrating. So I've gone through that with Aaron Sorkin. That was painful. And we saw, the newsroom didn't do as well as the other things because my notes weren't taken.
Right.
And the Duplass brothers, I just love. They have me over. We have these wine and cheese nights, and they live out in that Silver Lake area, and I don't know if you've been out there. It is so dirty.
I've driven
And
through
I
it.
go, I will come, but you send a car for me, and you better have some Chardonnay chilled when I get there, because, oh my God, the air quality and the neighbors. I mean, their neighbor drives a Honda Pilot.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, you think I'm going to walk outside with that going on? No, but you know, these Duplass brothers, they like to write about, you know, real people and all that. Well, it doesn't get more real than what I tell them. So they like that.
Also, I mean, I haven't seen much from this, but I was so excited to ask your opinion on where this is going forward for your YouTube series, talking about LGBT aspects that are going on here in the community, and really the spot you really brought to attention with George Michael and what happened with him over in Beverly Hills. How is that going forward?
Okay, first off, you keep saying YouTube series. This isn't, I don't know what you've been seeing on YouTube.
Sorry.
This is on E!
On E, right.
But, everybody rips off, and then, they put it on YouTube. What can you do? You can't complain unless you're Prince. Prince was the only one who really kept his music safe. Even Beyonce's getting ripped on YouTube, and now so Jackie Hine.
Right, so sorry about
but,
that.
no, I mean, that documentary, it's actually a documentary, and
Okay.
it will come out this fall in contention for the Oscars.
Awesome.
So, we're going to be competing with that awful Mr. Rogers bullshit. Everybody to go see Mr. Rogers. Oh, Neighbors. I can't stand Neighbors. I mean, who wants a neighbor? Please, put a gate around me. That's what I say. But, anyway, my documentary, which is better than that Mr. Rogers bullshit, is, it's all about gay rights, and it's really important. And I'm looking at instances in gay culture that people sort of don't realize were so emblematic and led to where we are today. And one of those was the arrest of George Michael.
Right.
And I believe it was April of 1998 when he solicited sex from an undercover police officer. And we go to the bathroom, and Carol and I do. And Max, you were there, remember? I mean, it was a moment. I mean, you could feel the energy still.
Right.
And, that's a spirit that will live forever, because I remember, once again, my fat neighbor, not allowed to say fat anymore, but growing up, we were watching her MTV, and that's where I saw it. And the next day, I started wearing tights to high school. I said, I'm coming out too.
Right.
I like to say, I said in the documentary, his penis liberated all of us.
Yes,
that was a liberating penis. And, it's just special. I think of him every time I drive past Sunset, past the Will Rogers Memorial State Park, right across from the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Right.
And, Beverly Hills Hotel, fountain room, whatever, I'll hang out with the Beckhams there, and then I'll walk over to the bathroom and, just take it in.
Yeah.
It's a really special documentary, though, and I really do hope that the voters turn out for us, because this is really saying something.
Fantastic. And hopefully we can have it go to other platforms like Netflix or...
Well, that's who's doing it.
Oh, Netflix.
Oh, this is Ted Sarandos was sucking my nipples wanting that going on. Oh, my God. Talk about a Me Too. You should have seen Ted and what he was doing to get this documentary. Oh, my God. He could not wait for it. And, he saw an early cut. He's very excited. He's going to have a screening of it at his house. He bought Antonio Banderas and Melanie Griffith's old house in a Hancock Park.
Wow.
Sort of smells of mildew, but whatever. As long as Oprah's going to be there, I'll be there, and we'll do a screening.
Well, there you go. Have you, I know this was something that happened early on in season 2, and I was just wanting to see if it's still a current policy over at Soho House West Hollywood. Have you released your British band at Soho House West Hollywood?
Hold that. I think.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I think it's buzzing. Oh, okay. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, you're good.
Sorry. Okay.
No,
sorry.
just checking.
Just want to check. The British band.
Have you released your British band on there? I know it really was kind of Alistair's doing, and Carol didn't help much with that as well, because he attacked your macrame with your
Well, this
grandmother.
goes back to things that nobody in Hollywood wants to talk about. When you were saying things I wanted to start, I wanted to start a British band. There's bans on people from other countries. I don't know who these people are and whatever, but these Brits have stolen a lot from Hollywood. We saw that tall British kid, he stole the Oscar from Michael Keaton.
Right.
Then Adele, though I love her, she stole the Grammy from Beyonce. And then, the people, these Brits who show up at a Soho House, it is a British company, so I have to be careful about what I say here. But, they want to tell me what to do.
Right.
Well, you might know Notting Hill, but I know Hollywood.
Right.
Go back to Knightsbridge or whatever it's called. All these little boroughs they talk about in London. They just yap, talking about London. Well, then go back.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Oh, my gosh.
And what's your opinion on the new arts club that's supposed to be coming up to sunset here within the next few weeks? Oh, actually, a few months. It's going to be going up near, I think it's Sunset and San Vicente area, right over there by the 9000 building is Sunset. What's your opinion on the arts club? Because that's another British company that's kind of an exclusive club similar to Soho House. What's your opinion on them coming out here to West Hollywood?
Well, my therapist is going to be proud of the way I handle this one.
Okay.
It's imitation. And imitation is the most sincere form of flattery.
Yeah,
but
true.
the problem is, they're imitating a lower class.
Okay.
We serve the high class. People are going to try, it's like these sororities or whatever happen on those campuses. I personally didn't go to college. Who needs it?
Right.
But, there's the number one, and that's Soho House, and these others, let them all compete with the riffraff I turn away.
Okay.
I still have everybody from Hidden Valley coming down, all the A-listers. Jessica Alba's there, she keeps peddling that Honest cream on me. Oh my God, feel my face. It's amazing. Thanks, Jess. Now, don't tell Gwenny I did that, because I also use her Goop products.
Gotcha.
GP, as they call her. I went and spoke at the Goop headquarters. Santa Monica last week, sort of about the importance of exclusion, which is, they want me to do a TED Talk. And
Got it.
I keep putting it off, but eventually I'll do a TED Talk too, but I started with Goop.
So with all these other places coming in, what's your opinion with them kind of stepping on your toes? Do you feel like they're ever going to step on your toes, or is it you're just at a completely different class than they are?
My feeling there is my heels are too high to step on my toes.
Which is
Yeah,
perfect.
nice try. Please, oh my God, you just want to keep harping on this. I know you reporters. You like to be like, oh, the end of Soho House. I read the reviews. I see what you write in the Hollywood Reporter and all that crap, but it's not true. Soho House is going to remain. We're a beacon.
Right.
When you're driving along Sunset, if you have a visitor in town, they go, what is that, building? It's like the Batman symbol up there.
True.
And that's me. I'm Batman on top of there. That's a pretty straight reference I'm making, but, my older brother was into Batman growing up.
Oh, he was?
He was my parents' favorite, and he liked Batman and all that, so I tried to act like I liked Batman. And now who's Batman?
Right.
Take that, Cody.
So let's talk about what the future looks like for Jackie Hines, because there's a lot you have going on for potential season 3 for Soho House Rules, and then you have another potential avenue that you're going to be directing of kind of doing a Hollywood Reporter spinoff of you really giving us the news of what goes on in the day-to-day for Hollywood.
Well, that's why I just went off on the Hollywood Reporter a little dig, because, I started to see what they were doing on there.
Yes.
And, they wanted to spin the whole spin cycle and say Soho House is over and blah, 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 arts
Right.
club here, arts club there. And, I thought, well, why not make these enemies my friends? And I said, why don't I do a review for you?
Okay.
So I'm going to do THR, Hollywood Reporter Weekly, where I look at the magazine,
Okay.
and I give my take. The important take, because, the thing is, you put out these Hollywood Reporter magazines, and we're all thinking the same things, and nobody wants to say it. Well, guess
Right.
what, kiddos? I'm saying it.
And saying everything that really kind of puts out what real Hollywood culture is all about, and really giving us the in-depth look, because, you were connected to so many different celebrities through Soho House and through yourself personally. What do you find is the hardest aspect of having to be what they call on 24/7 with your personal life and with your work life, of being surrounded by all these amazing A-list celebrities? How do you manage the day-to-day of that as you're doing all these amazing projects and working and doing yourself?
Well, this is something that Melody Hobson taught me. She's
Okay.
married to George Lucas, and she's in charge of my finances and whatnot. And Melody is quite a gal.
Yeah.
And, she said, it's all about the flow. The personal, the political, the stage
Okay.
never ends. In my life, there is no curtain.
Okay.
The stage just keeps going. And the stage can be 360.
Uh-huh.
So that's how it is with me. The stage is my life.
Okay.
So, you say there's an act or a light switch. There's not a light switch. I am the light.
Got it. That's amazing to hear. And the only reason I bring this, because you had one part, we see it in season 1, where there's a little bit of a crossover between personal and professional with James Franco. You and him get a little hot and heavy. What was that experience like for you?
Well, that was, old school Hollywood a few years ago when you could sort of, quid pro quo people.
Right.
And when you could... oh my gosh. We had so much fun.
It looked like
And, James wanted to be a member, and I wanted to sort of sniff him out.
Right.
Those jackets looked a little dirty. He was wearing that leather jacket on all the magazines, and I thought, let me see what this guy smells like. And when I got around him, I liked the pheromones.
Uh-huh.
And, he wanted to be a member, and I wanted something else, so we had like a nice little kiss there.
Right.
And, we actually, it's on the DL, but we sort of dated a while.
Oh, okay.
That was interesting because, I always wanted to be a part of a power couple, as they say. Power couple, and I sort of realized an actor doesn't really have enough power for me. So I sort of had to let him go for, Peter Thiel was calling, but, that was a little too much, He's got all that Republican swag, and, I can't do that and hold on to my crown.
Exactly. So I'd like to get your opinion on a few more celebrities that kind of, I've heard, go through the doors of Soho House and really kind of get your initial reactions to who they are as individuals, so we have a better in-depth look as to the people you really appreciate and enjoy having at Soho. So let's go with George Clooney. What's your initial opinions of George?
Oh my gosh. Well, I am still reeling from the accident.
Uh-huh.
He was in Sardinia. I told him, don't go to Sardinia. That's where all the Italians go, and they drive crazy.
Oh my gosh.
That might sound racist, but it's true. The Italians are crazy drivers. And, I said, stay in Como, George, and this is what happens when you don't listen to Uncle Jackie.
Yeah.
So he goes over and gets into that motorcycle accident. My heart's pounding. Then my second assistant, Susie, sends the gift to the wrong address.
Oh my gosh.
He did not get my homemade snickerdoodles for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Luckily, they got them now, and the mall's happy, and the twins love them,
Right.
But no, George is he's a beacon.
Good.
And, I thought I lost that beacon for a minute, and it was really painful, but he's bouncing back, and I'm going to try to make it out to Como, because he's having Prince Harry and Meghan come, because, they're all friends, and, they need somebody to entertain them, so why not be Jackie? What are they going to talk about otherwise? Orphans? Give me a break.
Speaking of entertainers, Taylor Swift.
Oh. That's a sister. That's what that is. That's a sister. And, Taylor, she's a worker.
Mm-hmm.
That's a worker. That's a sister and a worker. And, I don't want to say much because I'm trying to mend whatever happened between she and Carly Kloss.
Right.
I know all the details, but I will not say a word.
Right.
This is why we can't have nice things, you know what I mean? And, but, Taylor's just a really solid girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited for her to revive the acting career. We're seeing Lady Gaga do that. Well, now let's get Taylor. She was in Valentine's Day 9 years ago.
Right.
And I want to see more Taylor on the big screen.
Oh, that's amazing.
And let's just say there's some writers I'm helping make that happen for her.
Fantastic.
Because I'd love to see her, maybe in a natal unit or something. Let's see her give birth and do something.
Right. So, Ellen DeGeneres.
Wow.
I know you two are tight.
Yeah, so, Ellen, very few people are let in.
Mm-hmm.
Very few people are let in with her and Porsche. And I went up. I was actually there during the mudslides.
Oh, wow.
We were up in at their place in Montecito, and luckily we were all safe. And we went on the best New Year's Day pony ride.
Wow.
They have these ponies up
Right.
there. They're by this temple, and they go and meditate. I just sort of check my phone while they're meditating. I'm not going to do any of that shit. But then we went on a pony ride, and that was really fun. We went to the San Ysidro Ranch,
Right.
and we had lunch there. And, Ellen, I usually don't like these people who are always making jokes, but she got me laughing.
Mm-hmm.
I was laughing. And, we took the pony ride back, and, I, bragged about it and told everybody I was better than them. And it was a really good beginning to the new year.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's fantastic.
She wants me to go on her show. I said, no, I can't handle all the dancing. All the dancing. Don't you just get sick of the dancing? I love her, but the dancing, I don't let her do that when I go up to Montecito.
Right, no, exactly. What about Jane Lynch?
Jane Lynch can be a little bit of a bully.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Jane Lynch, when she was having her house remodeled in Laurel Canyon, I don't know why the hell she ever bought that house. It's on a cliff, and I told her the foundation was shaky. She came moving into Truesdale Estates near me. she would have these dinner parties with all the gals, all the Glee kids. Who wouldn't be invited? Jackie.
Wow.
Then Darren Chris would invite me over at 11. You know, I'd show up there all drunk, having fun, and then they want me just to do a little song and dance. Well, guess what, kiddos? I wasn't there for the tacos.
Oh, my gosh.
You gotta give me a taco if you want me to perform. Gluten-free.
Gluten-free, of course. Yeah, no carbs in that neighborhood.
But anyway, no, Jane sort of wants you when she wants you, and when she doesn't want you, you know, all of a sudden you're a little cut out.
Gotcha. So we got some amazing stuff coming for you for the future, which we're so excited to have coming up, and we just can't wait to see. Is there anything that we can look forward to in potentially the next series for Soho House Rules? Any new love interests? Any new fun, expressive things coming up? Any more redesigns to the Soho House establishment?
Well, it's going to be an action-packed season, because I'll tell you one thing, somebody dies.
Oh, wow.
Somebody dies, and, you know, I mean, I shouldn't be laughing, but it made for great storytelling. You know, you just never know when someone's going to sort of die, and, you know, that's fun. You know, I'm not going to give anything away, but, you know, Hollywood's not meant for everyone, you know. Some stars die young, and some people die and they're not even stars.
Oh, my gosh, that's so true.
Yeah, so no, it's, yeah, so that was a sad moment, and, serious moment, but no, there's a lot of camaraderie, a lot of heart, and also a lot of truth-telling. You know, because Jackie's going to do Jackie.
Exactly.
Everyone else is taken.
Yes, exactly. And then I'm so excited for THR to be coming out hopefully before the end of the year.
So the Hollywood Reporter Weekly with Jackie Heim. You know, it's going to be very low rent. Just me in my living room, you know, doing, you know, just a little video, you know, the way Oprah does at her Hawaiian ranch. Right. You know, sort of like that. And, you know, just going through the magazine and talking about who's who and what's what. And, you know, they're all going to Netflix now. They own everything. They own my documentary. Right. They own Shonda. Right. They own Ryan Murphy. Wow. And I told him I don't want to be around Ryan. Because, you know, Ryan outbid me on Diane Keaton's house on Roxbury. And that was my dream home. I saw it in the Hollywood Reporter 8 years ago, and I thought, I'm going to own that. Wow. And then he outbid me. Well, guess what, Ryan? I have the polka dots. Diane actually gave me this shirt as a parting gift. You know, I lost the house, and I said, you know, Diane, do something to pick me up. She goes, well, I always get picked up by polka dots. And now, look who's wearing polka dots now, Dee. She built a new house.
Oh, my gosh.
Out in Mandeville Canyon, and it is crazy. Wow. You know, I go there, and I don't know if it's a winery or where I am. I mean, it looks like a camp. Yeah. You know, I don't know. But anyway, you know, I drink a lot of wine when I go there. Only way to deal with that house.
Well, Jackie, I thank you so much for being here. We're so honored to have you today. And if you just want to check out everything, go to sohouserules.com, and you can check out all the videos there and see all the amazing stuff that Jackie's been doing. And so excited for season 3 to be coming soon. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in this day. And also thank you to GayLifeLA.com for everything you do, as well as Kings Road Apartment Homes. Make sure you also check out Jackie's really good friend, Jason Romaine, as he helps manage everything you kind of do.
Well, he's a director on the show.
He's the director on the show.
I mean, but everybody at Soho House talking about Jason Romaine this, Jason Romaine that. Please, he lives in a one-bedroom south of Sunset. You know, I mean, he's not that interesting.
Well, we thank you, Jason, for everything you do and really bringing everything to life that is Jackie Hines. So thank you so much.
Please.
We'll hopefully see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in. And we
see you, kiddos.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, my ring's falling off.